What is up, RotoGrinders? Dean here, Dean 7904. If you want to get all technical, it's 5 o'clock on the East Coast. It's a Tuesday. We're talking some basketball, talking some hoops. Basically, everybody in the association is playing basketball tonight, with the exception of two teams, Boston and somebody else. I don't recall who the somebody else is. 14 games going down. DK and FanDuel both said, you know what, 9 o'clock, that's enough. 9 o'clock, we're cutting it off. No late games, so we're not talking about the Magic and the Blazers, as well as Detroit and Sacramento, or Houston chops Rockets taking on whatever is left of the Clippers. It's an 11-gamer tonight. Big boy slate for sure. Everybody that played yesterday, except two teams, is in the back half of a back-to-back. Again, one of those being Boston. So, a lot of teams in the back half of a back-to-back. A lot of news coming on through. A lot of it's been clarified. We're still waiting for some stuff on some players. Notably, I would say Cleveland is fairly important. Coward is questionable for Memphis. Wemby is officially questionable. Unfortunately, the best game on Christmas is the rematch of the Cup game, OKC in San Antonio, and they're giving it to us a couple days early. We're having Christmas dinner on the 23rd and the 25th with San Antonio and OKC. I mentioned Cleveland. The important piece there is Garland. Garland's officially questionable. Jordan Poole also questionable for New Orleans. Returning champion today is Head Chopper. Not a ton of time for pleasantries.
No, plenty of time, Dean.
Plenty of time, but okay, a lot of time for pleasantries. All right.
Yesterday we were done like 15 minutes early.
You flew through it yesterday. I don't know how. Yeah,
we're gonna fly through it today too. Don't worry about it, Dean, because a lot to unpack here, Dean. I just want you to know, Dean, and everybody out there, I'm currently doing this GrindersLive show for the NBA. My family is currently at the movie theater enjoying the spectacle on the big screen. So I didn't go because
spectacle? What you said, the spectacle?
Well, they're spread out. Some of them wanted to go see Avatar, the new Avatar. Some of them didn't want to do that one. They wanted to do Zootopia. So everybody's in their different theaters doing whatever they want. Whatever, I don't care. But I'm here, Dean. I'm here doing the show. That's my dedication to the people out there.
Do they make sure to say, we got to go to the movies? You have all day, all night. And then they say, what night? When is Chop not available? And then they book. Okay, that's the time, because this is the second time. Yesterday was SeaWorld.
No. They want me to go, Dean. It's just that plans have to be made, and unfortunately, they think because their mother is off for 2 weeks, they think that the sports world stops and I don't have to do anything. I got to do this stuff, and it's fine, Dean. I'm okay with it, because no way I'm sitting through 3 hours and 15 minutes of Avatar anyway, man. Like,
I saw the first one. I was good.
Buddy, just break it up into two different movies, man. Like, who cares, man? Like, at that point, I don't want to – that's torture. Also, Dean, I don't know if you remember yesterday.
SeaWorld.
Having problems with my computer, and I was like, man, I don't know. I woke up this morning, dude. I got after it, Dean. I reinstalled NVIDIA drivers and everything. I was on it, man, and it's still acting up. I don't know, man. I'm going to have to figure something else out now. So that didn't work. I spent all morning doing that. Hey, we're here, though, Dean. We're gonna do this slate, and tomorrow's already Christmas Eve, man. Can you believe it?
It's certainly snuck up on us for sure. But I wanted to get to Bobby Gomes. Shout out to Bobby in chat. He's never missed an opportunity to take a shot at you, Chop. Recently, he said that you have a terrible movie taste. He says Utopia and Avatar, I guess bad movie selections run in Chop's family, which, I mean, isn't Utopia widely considered to be spectacular? And, obviously it's not necessarily for the demographic of Bobby or myself or yourself, but
yeah, he pretty much just called himself out.
Yeah. And the Avatar stuff, I mean, it's impressive looking. I'll give it that. But I just didn't really care when I watched it. I thought it was fine. Good job, James Cameron. I don't need 4 more of these every 3 years.
Yeah, I saw the first one several times because my kids were of that age where they were really into it. It was really cool at the time. I don't want to see any more. But, I have one of my youngsters likes it, man. He's into it. So let him go at it. What's Bobby? Bobby, man, just treading on the kids. Terrible, Bobby.
Never heard of Zootopia? So Bobby had 4 kids? Isn't that required viewing for kids? Am I wrong? I don't have children, but
probably spending too much time in those parlors with Robert Kraft down there in Boston. Didn't get out to the movies very much.
I think that was in Florida you're thinking of with the incident. I feel like that happened in Florida, if that's what you're referencing. But by the way, I did that once with friends. I once did you ever break off and like see your own movie and your friends are seeing you go to the movies with your friends and I called an audible and this is gonna date the story, it's gonna date me as well. My friends all wanted to see Gladiator, and I was like, I want to see this Frequency. So I went and saw Frequency by myself, and then I snuck into like the last 20 minutes of Gladiator, which is why I never watched Gladiator again because I knew the ending and I wanted to kind of forget it. That's why it took me 20 years to circle back and say, you know what, I heard that was really good. I'm going to see it. And by the way, Gladiator was better than Frequency. Frequency was fine, but Gladiator, elite, really strong movie.
You think?
Yeah, it was very good. It was very good. Yeah, I didn't forget about the thumb up and the thumb down, and you know, I tried to erase the finale from my brain, but yeah, is that something we've ever pulled before, Chop, or no? You just like whatever the group is, you ever dispersed? You ever split off from the friends?
No, not.
Yeah,
no, not at that. The age you're talking about, no. Nowadays, if they want to go see something and there's something else in there better, I'm likely to let them go watch what they want, and then I go do what I want. But not back then. Not when you got a friend. Now you gotta just buckle down and go through it, man. It's part of the growing up process, Dean.
It's Television Tuesday, Chop. Television Tuesday. Let's give the people the first clue. Get yourself a week free of RG Premium. Get in the Discord channel and tell me what TV show I am talking about. The first clue, producer TJ is going to be dropping it momentarily. TJ, by the way, jumping on later during crunch time. He'll be joined by Kirkwood, Kirkdiese, and Roth. Chief Mineralogist Kevin Roth holding it down. TJ is he's spinning multiple plates today. First clue today for Television Tuesday, it is Panther. Panther. Tell me what TV show I'm talking about. You could play along here in the side, Chop. But yeah, if you guys let me know if you're correct. One guess per clue drop in the Discord channel. You get all the bells, all the whistles. You know, you get the SimLabs. You get the optimizer, the articles, expert rankings, tags, lineup HQ, all the goods for all the sports for a week. Okay. I know you don't like to say anything big picture as far as this slate, but yeah, we can just dive in. Let's just do it. 2 games early. Philadelphia, we're going to get news on it. We're probably not going to get news because they're terrible at giving us news, but Crunch Time will give us news. They're one of the teams that are currently dicey, the Sixers, because the entire team, it seems like, had the fish. They're not feeling particularly well. That's Dominic Barlow is questionable because he had the fish. VJ Edgecombe had the fish, as did Quentin Grimes. So they're all questionable. And as of right now, Joel Embiid is probable, expected to play, taking on a Brooklyn team that is still without Cam Thomas. Nothing really new here for Brooklyn. And I don't know. What's the best we can do as far as the Sixers? They're home favorites, 10-point favorites versus the Nets, 218.5 total. Of course, that's not one of the more appealing totals on the board, Chop. I wanted to see if we have an if-then. It's just tough to make if-thens with so many players questionable in one game. I don't think we have that set up. We have some, but I don't think we have one for Philly, but I will check. How are we feeling about the Sixers and the Nets?
Feeling not great about this game. I mean, I'm going to need some more, information on Philly before I could commit to any serious takes against Brooklyn. But, assuming the good players are in there and they're fine, then yeah, Maxi's in play. I think Embiid's in play. Yeah, it's probably where I draw the line right there. On the flip side, Michael Porter Jr., Nicholas Claxton is the only Brooklyn guys I have interest in. It's an okay game. It's nothing too terribly exciting, but maybe it could be better if the right guys get ruled out of this thing with time to spare.
Yeah, we do have an if-then, but it's like wiping them all out. If Edgecombe, Grimes, and Barlow all don't play, and I feel like that's probably unlikely, Justin Edwards would be the cheapie that kind of pops up. Otherwise, nobody really, Maxey looks really, really strong. Of course, he's already projected to play 38 minutes. He's not going to play more than that, in a projection at least. Certainly could play more than that. I like him as if he's 1%, which is where he's currently at right now, Chop. That's, if I'm not running over 150 lineups, I'm not running 20 lineups. If I would get over the 1% on Maxey because certainly he has the ability to, be the highest scoring play on the slate. Yeah, he's got the ability. Unlikely because Joker's in the slate and so is Jalen Johnson. And there's only 10 guys for Atlanta. But I guess it's Justin Edwards is somebody I would keep an eye on. But assuming those guys do play, this is one of the most uneventful games on the slate, if not the most uneventful for me. Yeoman for Brooklyn is projected for the most, 5%. Claxton at 4%, who's fine. But I don't really like this game, Chop. Doesn't sound like you like this game unless we lose some pieces and then all of a sudden, Edwards, who's currently projected for 4 minutes at Stoneman, would jump up and play. Again, this is under the assumption all these guys get wiped out. Barlow, Grimes, Edgecombe. We got him for 33 minutes. But stay tuned on that. And we're not going to know, almost definitely. NBA is now, every 15 minutes, Chop. Every 15 minutes. We just got the cock rolled out. Oh, boy. Diabate one more time. No Plum Dog. He got hurt yesterday. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. I just saw that news. We'll talk about Charlotte soon enough, but Diabate is going to play a pile of minutes. Bad job by me, Chop. I did not play Diabate yesterday. I was like, this is the one chalk piece I'm not going to play. And I should have known that he was going to get 6 steals, and I should have known that Plum Dog, the millionaire, was going to get hurt. But, we're going to get a really, really popular Diabate here in a second, I believe. Anything else here as far as Brooklyn and Philadelphia? Chopper,
well, I'm weird, Dean, but I'm trying to navigate with like a bunch of weird stuff. Computers acting up. No, this is it. I think we're tapped out on this game.
I thought you had the geeks on it. The Geek Squad wasn't all you were talking about all the things you're manipulating.
Yeah, I did it. I did change out the drivers, but none of that is working. Like nothing's working right now to fix.
You got to break down and call somebody, Chop.
I ain't calling nobody. It's like 2 days before Christmas. Ain't nobody coming out here to do this shit. And plus, Dean, I would feel real like this is my desktop, not a laptop.
Oh,
it's a desktop, and it's got like it's one of those things where you got like
76ers are all out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they are. Okay, we get back to that. But it's like a desktop, Dean, where I do like all my shopping and everything. It's got all my credit cards in it and stuff. I'm not giving that to nobody, but yeah.
You don't trust the geeks?
Edgecombe, Grimes, Barlow, all out. I'll figure it out. If I have to wipe the whole thing down and reinstall the thing, I'll do that myself after Christmas. But for right now, we're going to navigate through. We got everybody out, Dean. How does that change your approach here?
Well, I mean, we had an if-then set up, and Justin Edwards is projected for 33 minutes and about 23, 24 fantasy points. Maxey is like his role is already what it is. He's going to take a pile of shots. Going to play 38 minutes here. Again, it's not the greatest environment. It might be the lowest total on the board, right, at 218. Right there with Milwaukee and the Pacers. Yeah, I think Justin Edwards. Again, it's a 7 o'clock game. Do we want to buy in the Justin Edwards right out the gate? They still have a bunch of dudes. Like if you look at their available players, it's not like they're down to 10. They're down to 13 or so. I didn't count them all, but yeah, Drummond and McCain and Bona and Walker, and not that Eric Gordon's going to play, and Kyle Lowry. That would have been a great backfield, backcourt 10 years ago, right? Gordon and Lowry. Hunter Salas, should I know who that is also a person that's going to be wearing a Philadelphia jersey tonight, allegedly. But yeah, we'll have our projection team update this. But we're going to talk about for New York later on in the show. I'm sure we'll talk about one of the more important pieces in Minnesota, Tyler Kolek. I don't know if anything's going to be better than Tyler Kolek as far as point per dollar, maybe Diabate. But it certainly is shaping up to that's how you start at least your cash games and nothing else. Tyler Kolek, Diabate, possibly Justin Edwards, and then all of a sudden we can get 2 or 3 studs tonight. I have not run anything just yet, and our projections are going to be refreshing here momentarily. I know we're on top of the Charlotte stuff, but that's kind of the way I'm seeing it, Chop. And I don't know if you want to circle back. Are we in on Justin Edwards if he's starting and projected to play close to 30 minutes as a Stoneman player?
No, it's 11 games.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of value out there that's better, I think. Justin Edwards doesn't appeal to me.
No, I get it. I mean, just minutes equal money, right?
No,
not
all guys.
Yeah,
not all guys.
What is he averaging for this season? I don't want to go the on-off stuff, and I'm just curious. I feel like he's not terrible fantasy point per minute, but he might be. I might just be wrong on my head. I feel like he's around like 0.8. I'm firing up the Court IQ as we speak. We're getting here to Philadelphia. Does that sound about right to you, Chop? 0.8 over under for Edwards? Sounds like you're on the under.
I'd be on the under, but who knows?
All right. I'm getting the spinning wheel here, unfortunately.
You got it too. Your computer's got it too.
No, it's on Court IQ is giving me a spinning wheel for some reason. But all right. Anything else you want to say as far as Philadelphia and Brooklyn?
Move on.
Washington and Charlotte. We just got the news there. Washington taking on Charlotte. 239.5 is the total. It's a big boy total. Charlotte is a 7-point favorite. And Charlotte is without some of their especially tall players. We just got news that Cockbrenner's got an elbow, so he cannot play. We saw yesterday Mason Plumlee, the Plum Dog, started for Charlotte. He got hurt, did not finish, and he's not available tonight. So the chat's talking about Sarr. Yeah, Sarr is an interesting play on the Washington side. Bagley is available, as is Koulibaly. Whitmore is going to be gone for a while. Otherwise, for Charlotte, Sexton is available. I'm surprised, a little surprised that LaMelo is available back-to-back. He's good to go tonight. I thought there was a chance he would get the boot. Again, I mentioned this earlier with 12 teams in the back half of a back-to-back, I believe. A lot of teams in the back half of a back-to-back. But is Moussa Diabate, is he good, chalk? I mean, you certainly can't expect 6 steals again, but this does seem like a good spot, and the minutes are pretty solidified, and the price really hasn't moved. So, yeah, point per dollar, he's one of the best plays in the slate. He does take up that center spot, which can be pretty precious, especially on FanDuel. You only get one. Charlotte and Washington. What do you got for me?
Interesting game. I like it even more now. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I don't think Justin Edwards is on anywhere near my lineups right now is because of a guy like this for 4,100. Musa, he's a pretty good fantasy per minute performer when he gets the leeway here like he's going to have tonight. Just a pristine matchup here against Washington. So he's definitely one of the best. I was already, even with LaMelo Ball in the lineup tonight, I'm already on Con Knipple. I think he's a pretty solid play tonight, still under 7K. So I'm on that one. And Brandon Miller, I think, is really solid too against Washington. Basically, Washington's terrible defensively. So I want to attack that with some of these guys that I just mentioned. Yeah, okay. So I was thinking, if we get some people ruled out for Charlotte in the backcourt, maybe Trey Mann, but I can scratch Trey Mann off the list now. He's donezo. But on the flip side, Sarr is interesting. He's pretty solid. Keyshawn George is very solid too. I don't think I'd be going the CJ McCollum path in this game as a veteran, but Sarr and George are very good run backs on this. But the Charlotte, yeah, man, I like a lot of those people. Miller, Knipple, Diabate is I think fantastic pieces in this matchup.
So Washington is the worst team in basketball when it comes to defensive rating. They're the worst. They've worked their way to that, so shout out to them. And they also play fast, 6th fastest team. However, they do have one really good defender in Bilal Koulibaly. Do we think we know who he's going to cover? Does that matter to you at all?
Not so much at this point in basketball, no.
Yeah, I don't know who he would be on to be. I mean, it could be Miller. Probably Miller. I think it's probably Miller. Maybe Bridges. Probably not Knipple. What do you got?
The chat's killing me. Okay, Lippy says clean the cache. It's not a cache issue, man. In fact, the cache cleaner, C cleaner is one thing that might have been a culprit, and I got rid of it. So it's definitely not the cache, Lippy. And Alex says, can Andy Means get chopped the equipment? He needs to be successful. That's a negative. They're not ponying up for a desktop. They'll give you a little laptop action, I think, if you need it. Yeah, they're not giving you no desktop, though, so that ain't going to work.
I don't think I've ever had a desktop, by the way. I don't really. Yeah.
Man, it can't function.
I don't know what the upside is. Like, you understand a laptop is a desktop and portable.
I got 2 big-ass screens, Dean. There's no chance you have screens this big on your laptop, and you've only got one, and you got to, probably split it down the middle if you want to go double screen. Nah, man, I gotta have.
Do I need a second screen, a third screen? I have a screen right to the side over here. If you can,
I do.
Probably see me over there. It's a decent size. I'm not a gamer. I know gamers have like the 3 or 4 screen experience. What do you got, TJ?
Need both. I got I'm looking at you on my desktop right now, and I got my laptop here beside me where I'm doing my producing. You got to have both on the go.
I mean,
So
I've got a
make lineups do crunch time at the same time.
I've got a what's the good laptop? The Apples or whatever. Whatever that.
A Mac.
Yeah, Mac. I got a Mac. It's been sitting on my floor for like 3 years now. I haven't opened it 3 or 4 times. Desktop feels comfortable, Dean. I do the Excel on one side. I got tabs open on the other. I'm good.
Make a poll, TJ. I'm curious. What do you predominantly use? You predominantly use a desktop or a laptop in chat? I'm curious. Is that 50-50? I feel like more people use laptops, but I could be wrong. I could be biased because that's just what I use. All right. Let's scoot along. Oh, I did get the answer as far as Justin Edwards. I was curious. Nope. You know what? I was on the wrong team. Good job by me. Pivoting over to the Sixers, and we're probably getting projection updates. We are. Shout out by tough day for our projection team, digging in. Kyle and Jamino and everybody that's on the projection team. Lots of teams, lots of stuff to sort on through. Give it a refresh, Chop, because we're getting our Philadelphia stuff coming on through, and I'm curious where they landed. Specifically,
I think I can refresh right now, buddy. I'm hanging on to this show by a string, Dean. With this,
you can't hit refresh. Are you? That's how close we are to.
You think I'm cracking open another tab?
No.
Hitting refresh.
You have Lineup HQ up, don't you?
No, I got a spreadsheet up.
You don't have Lineup HQ? What?
I got my Excel up. That's got all my info.
You have like 9 screens, and not one of them has Lineup HQ on it.
I got the Twitter going on one half. I've got my Excel sheet on one half. I've got you and the program on one half of the other, and on the other half of the second screen is the chat. I can't ditch any of that. That's got to be no. Yeah, I'll check HQ after we're all done.
Clue number 2, by the way, is scrolling. Clue number 2 is dinosaur. Panther and dinosaur. That is your first 2 clues for Television Tuesday. Get in that Discord channel. Let me know what TV show I am talking about. It is not the Pink Panther, by the way. That would be wild if that was my first clue, Panther, and it is the Pink Panther. But one of these days, I guess I'll swerve you guys, but not today. Okay, game number 3. Bucks, Pacers, 218.5 is the total. The Bucks are 1.5 point favorites. We have Bobby Portis projected to be in the starting lineup here for Milwaukee. As far as who is in and out in this one, 2/3 of the Antetokounmpos. That will be Alex and Giannis. Thanasis is available if necessary. That's it for Milwaukee. Well, Taurean Prince is still out for the Bucks as well. Indiana, another team on the back half of a back-to-back. We saw Timothy John, TJ McConnell sat yesterday. He's officially questionable now. Isaiah Jackson concussed, so he's not playing baseball. Well, he's not playing baseball or basketball tonight. Bucks, Pacers. How do we feel about this game?
Indiana doesn't do anything for me. Doesn't move the needle on this big slate, so I'm not gonna necessarily have anybody of interest on that side of the ball. Although, you twist my arm on if I'm 150. Obviously, Siakam, Nembhard, and Mathurin are kind of interesting, but not for me. Not tonight. On the Milwaukee side, again, a lot of these guys just not interested in them right now. They're not good. The one guy who is really playing well right now, fantasy-wise, Dean, is Kevin Porter Jr. So awesome. Props to him. But that's about the only fantasy recommendation. And his price is catching up here. So, but he's been awesome fantasy-wise. That's the only guy I would even highlight from this game. Otherwise, I'm not too terribly interested in anybody else.
Is this the first time back for Miles? No, he was booed before. This is his second time back in Indiana, right? If I'm not mistaken. I remember they weren't happy to see him. He, of course, left from Indiana to Milwaukee, so I don't think this is the first blood revenge game. And they should also be happy that he signed elsewhere because that's a bad contract. They probably don't want that contract. And, it's just a wasted year for him is all. I mean, there was no reason to pay anybody extra money this year. It was a wasted year, Dean. You weren't going to get Tyrese back anytime soon, and I don't know if he went to the right spot either, and I don't even know. Yeah, I didn't really understand the signing for Milwaukee, but we don't have time to dig into such things with so many games. 11 games tonight 14, but the back three are dropped off, so we don't have to be in full on 2-minute offense per se. But I just ran some more optimal stuff, Chop. Justin Edwards is landing in a ton of lineups right now. 0.7 fantasy points per minute on the season. I think it's 0.71. I'm shorting him just a little bit, but as far as his usage, it's 15.7% is not terribly appealing. And again, they have other dudes. If he plays 30 minutes, sure, I guess. I don't know how fluid that is as far as the minutes. I think we're giving him about 30. He's just a, basically stone min player that's going to play 30 minutes. Not the greatest fantasy point per minute player, but maybe he's bad. If he puts up 22 as projected, probably doesn't hurt you, but maybe he's useful if the studs that you play that he helps get in give you 70, 75, something of the sort. So yeah, maybe it's bad. But for cash games, if nothing else, you're very likely playing Justin Edwards. I do like Porter as a big spend. I think Portis is pretty interesting too. If TJ McConnell's out, I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make, but probably makes Nembhard a little bit better, Mathurin a little bit better. But this game on the whole, I don't really have a ton of interest in outside of maybe Portis or Porter. You got anything else here, Chop?
Nope. Move it on down the road, sir.
Speaking of dinosaurs, the producer TJ has Raptors against my Heat. We made a bet last time this happened, and I lost. I took the L. The bet was I had to watch a movie of his choosing. Now, I think TJ, you tell me if he was being mean or nice. You know what movie he's having me watch? I haven't watched it yet. You've probably seen this. You're somewhat aware of this actor. What is Vin Diesel's worst movie? And you might get there.
Oh, man, like The Pacifier or something like that?
He's having me watch The Pacifier.
So
is TJ telling me he doesn't like me in so many words? Is that what he's saying?
How long ago was this bet, Dean?
A week ago? 10 days ago?
You're supposed to be watching that movie right away, man.
Just assigned it like yesterday. So yeah, I just became aware. I was hoping he'd forgotten. I wasn't going to remind him.
It could have been. There's probably about 20,000 other movies in the archives that he could have chose that are worse. At least it's got Vin Diesel in it. He's all right, man.
Is that the quote in the back of the box? At least it's got Vin Diesel in it.
It's like corny, cheesy, but it's fun. It's like a really, really good bad movie.
I like a good bad movie. Yeah, it's just as long as they know it's bad and they're not trying, they're having fun and they're kind of winking at the camera. I do appreciate that. But okay, Raptors taking on my Heat. Both these teams are sputtering, by the way. I think the Raptors are 3-7 in their last 10, and Miami might be 2-8. Neither team looking very good these days. Injury report: Toronto is without Jakob Poeltl. No Poeltl. He's got that back. He came back and he tapped out. And RJ Barrett, of course, we have not seen him for a while. Sandro Mamukelashvili, drawing the start here. I think he's forward eligible in DK, right? On FanDuel, I think he's center and center only, but you can play him at the forward spot on DK. My boy Superman, Chop, I keep telling you about Khalil Ware. He's going to be awesome. The ceiling for him is huge. Literally named after Superman, and he plays like him, right? I don't know if Superman can hit a 3 or not. But.
Should I start a poll, Dean? Is Khalil Ware a superstar?
He's not a superstar today. He's not a superstar today. I think he's got that potential though for the Bucks. They trade him for Giannis Antetokounmpo. As far as Miami, Tyler Hero obviously still out. Their injury report is loaded, but most of the guys are in. Wiggins is available. Mitchell's available. Norm Powell with his revenge is available. Still no Jovic. And Jaime Jaquez has got that cap, but he's available to play for the Heat. But two key rotation players here for Toronto. It's Barrett and Poeltl out. We've seen Barrett out for a while. Sandro jumping back here in the starting lineup. I love Ware on DK. FanDuel, it's tough to get to. We are anticipating he's starting once again. Whenever several key pieces are out, he tends to have a greater opportunity to elevate, greater opportunity to close. How do you feel about my Heat and TJ's Raptors?
Fun game, Dean. By the way, imagine he assigned you 3 hours and 15 minutes of Avatar.
Oh, my God.
Oof, buddy.
So, by the way, we're running it back. We bet in this game again. So, I'm going to watch the Pacifier. If I win, I will determine how mean or kind I am. But yeah, we're doing it again.
So if he wins, you gotta watch 2 movies if he wins again. Oh my goodness!
Don't give him any ideas, John, just in case.
Man, there's some. I've seen some bad ones lately, but this is a fun game in general. Yeah. So on the Toronto side, it's the same. You know, Barnes, Ingram, quickly, all just nice upside plays when they get into a rhythm. So I think they're all in play in a higher tempo game. So yeah, definitely for sure. Especially a guy like Scotty Barnes who can really do all sorts of things on the court to stuff the stat sheet, help you out, and then you get into some tempo and he can fill it up like that. For Miami, you got some guys ruled out. So obviously Bam is always in play in a situation like this. Norman Powell is pretty good in a situation like this. I like Khalil Ware even more than the field tonight. I like Khalil Ware. I love his upside. His last 3 games, he's been awesome. I think this is a good game for him. Definitely like Khalil Ware. And, you know, I've been impressed this year with a nice bounce back year for Jaime Jaquez, and that's a guy I would definitely have 5,800 consider rostering tonight with these Miami injuries Miami players that are sitting out tonight. Jaquez is definitely showing he has upside in this situation. So that's where I am. I think this is a perfectly fine game for all those players that I mentioned.
You mentioned a lot. Who's your favorite on each side?
On each side, Scotty Barnes, if you have the money on that side, and on this side, it's between Ware and Jaquez. Go Ware, man. He's been really good lately. He's been hot lately.
I mean, he can block shots. He can rebound. His athleticism is ridiculous. He can hit threes. He's still pretty raw, but yeah, I love the ceiling on him. We care about it's tonight and tonight only. We're not getting Ware 4 years from now tonight, but also he's not going to be 5'9" on DK in a couple of years either. I don't think. He is distinctly more expensive on FanDuel. He's 7-1 on FanDuel, which is not saying you can't play him. It's just it's tougher. It's definitely tougher for me. Checking out the Discord channel. Has anybody hit today's TV show? I don't believe so. And Chop, I understand your computer. It's fickle, so you can't play along. Unfortunately, if you just type it in a random box, I guess that would shut things down. We don't want you to go away. We want your laptop, your desktop, to survive the next.
It's a weird symptom, Dean. It's a weird symptom. So, not that I expect anybody to be able to answer this because this is tough, but like it just freezes, Dean. It just freezes on me, and I cannot click anything with my mouse every once in a while. It's just random times it happens and just freezes. So yeah, like I might want to answer in the box, and then all of a sudden, boom, it'll just freeze on me, and I can't. But I can hear, and everything keeps functioning perfectly, but I just can't click on anything after that. So it's weird like that. I wish I knew. Been through the ringer here, and I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, that's why I'm kind of a little bit behind here. But you know, I'll take some guesses in a minute. You know, you got some weird clues up there. You're trying to lead people astray, is what I think you're doing, and I'm trying to organize my thoughts. No, I don't need to be frosted there.
Clue 2 was a late swap. TJ actually gave me clue number 2. I swapped something out because I thought it was. I thought, well, whatever. I'll tell you about it later. Clue 3 though, we can drop that as well since we're discussing it. Let's do it. Panther, dinosaur, crawl. Crawl is the third clue. Panther, dinosaur, and crawl. It's not the Golden Girls or that 70s show or Land of the Lost or Primal. I'm not sure what that is. Or Justified. By the way, the chat laptop is running away with it right now. 68% using the laptop as opposed to the desktop. While you're hitting the poll, hit the like button. Do you subscribe? Do you turn on those notifications so you know when we go live? Just a heads up, we are going to be recording a show for this Christmas 5-game slate. Of course, tomorrow there's no basketball, but tomorrow we are going to be recording a basketball show. We'll have that up for the people, as well as a football show for the 3-game slate on Christmas. That Netflix is thrilled with their outcome. Man, looking at that slate, Chop. Well,
I'm not sure it matters too much, Dean. I think
people are gonna watch it.
I think bad football is always going to outgain good basketball.
It's football, yeah, 100%. Well,
Netflix
NFL
handled it perfectly though, because they got the two good football games back to back. The one that they probably will get the least amount of viewership of the 3. 1, because people have their dinners. 2, just because it's maybe the least exciting. that's when they're dropping Stranger Things. And so people are going to be watching Netflix all day long.
You're watching Stranger Things, I assume, right, TJ?
I have it all planned out. We have a Christmas dinner at my my wife's aunt and uncle's house.
Yeah.
And so we're going there, but somebody is going to have to take the baby home because the baby's got to go to bed. The baby can't stay up and party all night.
The baby can't watch Stranger Things?
Why not?
I'm going to leave the party with the baby, take the baby home, put her to bed. It'll probably take like 30 minutes. And then I got my alone time to watch Stranger Things.
So you're not going back. You're
I'm not going back. I'm turning Stranger Things on as soon as she's asleep.
You watch.
I can't just leave her asleep at
He's
home.
using the baby as an excuse, I think, to get away from
I've done that too when they were there. It's not a problem. I don't have a problem with that. I have a question for you though. You watch Stranger Things by yourself, not with the wife?
No, she doesn't watch it. So I have my Agents of Fandom show where we break it down, and so I have to watch it as soon as it comes out as well. But I got my people that I talk about it with, but she doesn't watch Stranger Things.
Fair enough.
Yeah, many times TJ gets TV shows before they actually come out. I guess he didn't get a screener, or maybe they didn't offer him because this is the last season.
They had some advanced screenings, but it was for it's not for review purposes, just for the people who were at the junkets for interviews. So none of that here.
Pels and Cavs, both teams back half of a back-to-back. New Orleans traveling as well. 248, Chop, 248.5. Don't want to forget that hook. Cleveland is an 8-point favorite, and we do have some news here that we have to sort out. Darius Garland, big game yesterday. He's got a quad contusion, which doesn't sound terribly serious. Lonzo Ball ruled out here back half of a back-to-back. Mobley still not back. Strus has yet to play a second of basketball. Merrill played yesterday, and not an injury report today. If we lose Garland, I think Craig Porter would be the guy that there'd be other bumps to go around to other players, but he would get the most significant bump. I was looking at our if then.
Craig?
Friday, is that what we're doing?
Every time you say Craig Porter, I gotta do it.
Oh, Chop, it's not Friday Night Lights, but I see you did participate. You did guess. It is not Friday Night Lights. Today's Television Tuesday. Not Shameless or Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which
Shameless,
is
what a good show, man. Shameless, such a good show.
It stuck around 5 years too long, but sure. It had a good first 4 or 5 years, and then they ran out of ideas. Right? The main female lead left as well.
Fiona.
Yeah. Supposedly she wasn't well liked on the set.
It did stick around a little bit long, but that's most shows. But I did like the ending of it. I like the way they ended it.
I didn't see the ending. I tapped out.
Oh my god! You gotta watch the last episode. That last episode just really solid. It kind of sums it all up. Yeah.
Can I just watch that and nothing for the last 3 years?
I think so. As long as you remember the character Frank and as long as you remember everybody and how they were.
Frank was one of the best characters in TV the last 20 years. Great character.
That's why
it
would make sense.
That was like The Office. The last couple seasons were a little bit tough to get to, but you just have to do it so you can watch the last 3 episodes.
Finale is very good for The Office.
Yeah.
Very good finale. Okay. So, keep an eye on Garland. That's a 7:30 game. When we need the news, I don't know. As far as New Orleans, Jordan Poole is questionable with an ankle. Nothing on Zion. I guess Zion's fine. Back half of back-to-back, so that's good to see. We did lose Herb, though. Herb had that head the other day. He played with the head, and now he's got an ankle. He's out. So we're anticipating Fears, Poole, Murphy, Bay, and Queen to start. Zion being the Uber sixth-man. Big total here, and, some moving pieces. I think Mitchell's a pretty good big spend as well. How do we feel about the Pelicans and the Cavs?
Oh, man. There's some players in here that are fine. I don't have anybody highlight. When I highlight somebody, it's okay, that's definitely a player that I want to consider in my roster. These are all fine players, but nobody I really want to consider in my roster. So it's not great. I mean, Mitchell is, fine. I mean, God dang, Dean. I had my plums play yesterday just completely fell on his face. Jared Allen I looked at the box score I'm at SeaWorld, and I just check it after the first quarter. The guy's got 3 fouls in 8 minutes or something like that. So
the worst.
Not a good Plums play. He will not be at the Plums play tonight. So I don't know. Just nothing really jumps out. Anytime you can get Derek Queen or Trey Murphy, I think they're fine. Mitchell is always fine. Jared Allen, I'm not going to say he's fine again, but if he can avoid foul trouble, I think he's okay tonight. But there's nothing jumping off to me. Sadiq Bey is fine, but there's just not like
pretty well.
Yeah, there's just not like a jump off guy. And there's a lot of games tonight, and there's a lot of jump off guys, and nobody from this game is a jump off guy.
I feel like I should like this game more when you look at the environment and the total and all that. It is both teams playing the back half of a back-to-back. I'm a little bit concerned about Zion's minutes in the back half of a back-to-back. We're giving him, I think, 26. Is that what it was earlier? Maybe I'm misremembering. I'll just confirm. We're giving him 24. Yeah, it's just like I can't get there on 24. Even if it's 26, I just can't. I can't do it. Yeah, if we lose Garland, and I think we have the if-then set up. Let me just confirm. I want to run that back. If we lose Garland, Mitchell would get like a 50, 52-point projection, 52 on DK, 50 on FanDuel. Porter, we would give him 26 minutes and about a 27 DK point projection, 28 FanDuel. So Porter is the guy that would get the biggest jump, and Merrill would also benefit. We're currently giving him, and again, this is the back half of a back-to-back. We haven't seen Merrill for a while, 24 minutes. It would jump up to 28, and those 4 minutes will be meaningful because his price is pretty low. But that's basically where I'm at. I'm kind of with you, or I'm afraid to not have like Mitchell going to put 40 points in the bucket by himself in this game. If we lose Garland, I'm interested in Porter as a salary saver. Mitchell gets even better. New Orleans, I don't really think I need anything on New Orleans. Okay. Let's scoot along. We can drop the fourth clue for today's Television Tuesday. We made it to clue number 4. Panther Dinosaur Crawl. The fourth clue, Chop. It is cucumber. Panther Dinosaur Crawl cucumber. That is your first 4 clues. It's not Pee-wee's Playhouse or Shameless or Spidey and Its Amazing Friends or Archer. Some guesses coming on through in the Discord channel. Okay. Next game. This is the game, Chop. I think it's if there's one game, it might be this game. Not sure. But they just played Chicago and Atlanta combined 302 points, 152, 150, if I remember correctly. That's my math. Yeah, that's about right. 152 to 150. Chicago taking on Atlanta. Atlanta looks like they're down to, I thought they're going to have 10. Is Malik Williams available? Looks like he's available to play. I don't think he's in the pool. So I guess they're going to have 11 actual bodies. Yeah, let's just do the rundown as far as who's in and who's out in this one. Well, let me scroll to it's on my – I flew right past it. Yeah, Dyson Daniels, that's the big one. Daniels is out. No Mohamed Gay as well. Of course, Porzingis is still out with his illness. As far as the Bulls, they're pretty healthy. Anybody of note is playing. Like their injury report is just a bunch of dudes that do not matter. So they have a plethora of guys available, fully stocked here against Atlanta. 254.5. Atlanta, a 4-point favorite. Jalen Johnson, he projects awesome. Kungwu, he's going to project awesome. They don't really have a backup center. I guess it will be Jalen Johnson if they kind of mess around when they take those guys on and off. The bench is Krejci, Kennard, Newell, Wallace, Caleb Houston. And again, this Malik Williams, who may or may not play, I guess he'll be available. But Atlanta looks awesome. Trae Young, still limited minutes, it looks like. How do you feel about this game? The environment, if anything, I want to have at least one player in Atlanta, if not multiple players in Atlanta, in every lineup I make. How about you, Chop?
Yeah, it's I looked at the box score on, I think this was on a Sunday, NFL football, so it kind of flew under the radar. I think it was 152 to 150. It was a crazy game. So
no overtime either. That was regulation.
Yeah, it was a really good game. So I definitely think this is one of the better games on the slate. Giddey, Kobe White, Vucevic, all perfectly solid players in this environment. On the flip side, Jalen Johnson is one of the best in the NBA, Dean. He's like awesome. Over his last 10 games, dang near 70 DraftKings points on average. Just phenomenal. He's just really good.
Triple doubles.
Yeah, he's awesome. So fire him up. Okongwu, you mentioned. Nikhil Walker-Alexander's getting a little bit pricey, but still very good projection for 6,900. Risa Shea probably has a little meat on the bone for that salary. It's kind of a low salary. He probably has a little bit of upside at that price tag. So just a lot to like in this game. I think Jalen Johnson, probably my favorite player, just in general on the slate. So that's where I am with this one. Fire up all cylinders, man.
He is the most popular big spend on this slate, 33% on DK, Kungwu at 12%, Na at 9%. Na, by the way, really, really good on FanDuel. I think he's 6'9" on DK. His FanDuel price, I want to say, is less, if I remember doing my rankings earlier. Yeah, 6'3". So 35% for Na on FanDuel, looking really, really good. Kungwu, you did get the center power forward eligibility on FanDuel as well. So 23% there. Jalen Johnson at 15% on FanDuel. This stuff will change, especially as we're getting more value plays coming on through. More studs will be able to get paid up for, so that possibly moves up. Chicago, there's really not like a must on Chicago because, again, everybody is available, but we do like this environment. Your favorite Bull is who?
It'd be between the two backcourt guys. Giddey has this massive upside over Kobe White, but Kobe White's such a much cheaper price tag. It's just, I'd go Kobe White because I want to get Jalen Johnson in this thing, and I don't know if I could do a 97 and a $91 $100 guy like that. So it'd be Kobe White to save a little money, paired with Jalen Johnson.
Yeah. Vuk is a little bit interesting to me too.
He's cheap. He's really cheap on DraftKings.
He's 6'3" on DK, 6'6" on FanDuel. I think my answer is White as well as my favorite player on Chicago. That's probably the first person I'm running it back with. Okay. Anything else that we should say as far as this game, or shall we scoot along?
Move on, Dean, because we got to get out of here and within 30 minutes or so. I got tonight's a cookie baking competition in the house when they get back from the movies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, your wife isn't your wife's gonna. Isn't she like that's like her specialty? Isn't that kind of what she does? Doesn't she bake? You challenge her. Yes. The kids don't know whose is whose, right? It's blind.
We've changed the contest over the year, Dean. Everybody's involved now because they're old enough. They like to cook anyway, so everybody gets involved.
Are you the defending champion?
No, dude.
Have you ever?
I definitely got robbed a couple years, along the way, but I'm okay with it. She makes good food.
You're cooking under protest this year.
No, I'm not cooking under protest.
Well, you got robbed. Why would you keep playing if you know the thing's rigged?
It's not rigged. It was. They were trying to rig it for me. I don't know if this makes sense, but they were young and they were trying to rig it. Well, they were trying to rig it for me, so we do it in anonymity. They're not around when we used to cook, right? So then a couple of them would come in and they would try to guess which one they thought was mine, and that's the one they were going to put down for the winner. But they were guessing wrong, and so they put her down for a winner. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but
Tim in chat wants to know. It does make sense. Tim in chat is asking, what is your go-to cookie? And are you making your go-to cookie? Are you going to swerve so that people don't know like who's baking what? Do you have a go-to?
No, it's not anonymous anymore. We just cook it up and
well, then it's it's a popularity contest.
No. Because I'm the only judge now. I get to sample everything. I get to decide what's best. And mine cannot be a winner, but I'm the one who gets to decide what's best. I get first dibs on sampling everything, and I give out my personal prize. I give everybody an Amazon card. Whoever wins gets an Amazon card.
And you're going to crown yourself potentially, and that's not.
No, I just said I'm not in the running to win.
I got you.
But I like the idea of being able to sample everybody's cookie first run when they're fresh out the oven. So that's no, I'm not a big oatmeal cookie guy, Mardon. They're good, they're fine. But chocolate chip is a good, like solid go-to. That's definitely good. I had one year that was stuffed with like a cookie stuffed with cheesecake filling. It was so good, and I lost because they thought it was so good. They thought it was my wife's that did it, man.
There's no way this could be Dad's.
Mardon says our boy Kirk shipped one this past week in the NFL. He did. He came down with a little. I think it was a 10K. I don't forget what 10 or 20K winner in the NFL in one of the bigger contests. Good for him, man. He crushed it.
Chop, you got to tweet out the cookies. People are going to be they want to know the results. They want to see the options. They want to see how good you are as far as judging. But we do have to move along. It's Denver.
I can't, Dean. It would just get lost in all the best ball shuffle of everybody's roster that made it to the finals, and everybody wants to plug that.
If you don't tweet that you made it to the finals, they actually they remove you from the finals.
Correct. It's obscene. It's obscene amounts of best ball teams I have to look at. So no,
TJ
my cookies
made it to the finals. So shout out to TJ. I'm not sure if he tweeted or not, but it did happen.
I did not tweet, but it's still been sad because I'm just looking at all these other people tweeting, realizing, wow, my team is trash.
Well, what's the mid payout?
I will say this, Dean. What, TJ, what you got?
Mid payout's $1,000, so it's like it's still good no matter what. If you pop up a couple spots, it's still a nice little payday. But I'm going to be running in with no Devontae Adams, no Rashee Rice. I'm going to have a tough time.
I will say that my season-long team, Dean, which was first place in the regular season, was the best of the best, and I got beat by the Trevor Lawrence team last week, that 56 and the Trey McBride 32 and all that other stuff. That team this past week in the third place, this week in the consolation game, I actually scored the most points in the league, of course. Yeah, the most points.
It's almost like season long. The setup is really stupid as far as how to crown people.
Ridiculous.
Winning. Denver and Dallas, 236.5 is the total. Denver is a 6-point favorite here on the road. It is the back half of a back-to-back for both of these teams as far as who's in and who's out and the injury report. Let's see. Dallas, we have some, dicey. Max Christie's doubtful. Lively's out, of course. Powell's doubtful. Klay Thompson is doubtful. Brandon Williams, questionable. PJ Washington, questionable. So there's a chance we're short bodies here. I'm seeing 11, and we can get down to we actually did remove Klay. We have PJ Washington. He's questionable. We have Brandon Williams, who's questionable. So he could possibly get knocked down to 9. We also removed Christie. Not officially out, but we're assuming he's going to be out. Denver, nothing really new here. Same deal. Peyton Watson, good to go. Gordon's out. Brown's out. We have the salary chop. It's not hard to get to Anthony Davis. It's not hard to get the Joker. How do we feel about spending all the way up for Joker in this slate?
It's probably an okay idea. It's probably not bad if that's the guy you peg as the one who is going to get you to the finish line. It's a big salary, and you probably on this particular slate need a monster game out of him because there's so many other options out there that could get there. But yeah, he could certainly do the 80-point thing where he's like 20 points higher than everybody else. So he's perfectly fine. There's nothing imposing about the Dallas matchup on the interior. Anthony Davis has definitely lost his fastball defensively, if you will. So, and on the flip side, Davis is good too. If he ends up playing tonight on second night of a back-to-back, don't know. Cooper Flagg, awesome player, probably a pretty good play tonight. Not really fearing the Denver side either on defense. And Jamal Murray, Cam Johnson's under 5K. He's cheating. I think he got a price decrease from Let me look that up for you real quick.
Yeah, I think he's 4.9 now, I believe.
He's 4.9. He was 5K. He hasn't been under 5K in months, so now he's back under 5K. Solid play in this matchup. I think he's the one where I cut it. That's my cutoff line for Denver, but those players are really good in this particular game environment tonight. I don't mind it.
Timothy John, TJ McConnell officially in for the Pacers, making the Pacers collectively even less appealing for me. Terrence Mann is available. Garland warming up with the intent. He's got the intent to play, Darius Garland. So keep an eye on that. They are in the back half of a back-to-back. It's just a contusion. So, yeah, we may not get Craig Porter as a potential cheapie tonight. 4 games to go. Crunch time coming in about 20 minutes or so. You mentioned Kirkwood, Kirkdiese. He's jumping in as well as TJ Zwarych will be giving some analysis, and Kevin Roth will be holding it down as far as hosting the show. New York, Minnesota, we got all the revenge in this one. DiVincenzo and Cat. Randall. Is there anybody else that's vengeful in this game? Not certain. Who's not playing is Jalen Brunson. That's why New York, in part, is a 7-point dog here. OG Anunoby also out. So New York, some value pieces. The best value piece to start the day, Tyler Kolek, who, when he gets an opportunity, he does pretty well. And I don't know if I'm not going to have a lineup that does not have Tyler Kolek. A lot of negatives there. I'm going to play Tyler Kolek, I think, in every single lineup. There's another way of saying it. more efficiently. He's probably going to play 30 minutes or so, and he just projects really, really strong. No Brunson, no OG, no Miles McBride, no Shamet, no Yabusele. As far as Minnesota, Jalen Joe Ingles is out. That doesn't matter. Jaden McDaniels is out, which is somewhat meaningful. Well, we're anticipating Conley to start with DiVincenzo, Edwards, Randall, and Gobert. Choppa, we just like locking in Tyler Kolek. I don't think I'm going to X him out anywhere. I don't think so.
Nah, I think in the NBA sometimes, you can't fade the chalk as you can in the NFL or Major League Baseball especially. Sometimes you just got to roll with it, and your best bet is to actually be over the field. So, yeah, just lock him in if you feel good about him. He's cheap. He's only 3,800. He's going to get run tonight. He's shown – this isn't like a –
They like him.
I don't know if he's a great real-life player. He's probably okay. But fantasy-wise, he's always been able to – I do remember him in college pretty well. He always can put up big stat lines.
Syracuse? I have no idea. I don't know why I'm saying Syracuse.
I think we're talking about Marquette or Marquette or the school that sounds like Marquette. But it's he's always been good like that. You lock him in at 38. I think he's fine. I don't think he's going to disappoint you or sink your team. I think there's like 3 nicks you can go to in this game. Cat Revenge is definitely interesting with all the extra shot attempts he should get tonight. I like that one. I like Mikal Bridges, the wing. He's without his wing mate, so maybe he gets even more playing time / 3-point attempts tonight without OG on the court. So like Mikal Bridges here too. Really nice price tag on him. On the other side, you get some revenge here, Dean, and I think there's going to be some vengeful guys for Minnesota. DiVincenzo definitely.
He was very angry about getting traded.
He's been angry about a lot of things having to do with New York since he got traded, like cussing out Brunson's dad and everything. So I think DiVincenzo might bring the heat tonight, and he gets a pretty good matchup here against the Kolek. So DiVincenzo and Julius Randle can always pop off for a big game. Yeah, Edwards is always fine. It's a little bit too pricey for me. At 93, I'm going Jalen Johnson like 99 times out of 100 on this slate over Anthony Edwards. But Edwards is fine. It's New York. This could be a super tight game and high scoring. So lots of good stuff on both sides of this. But the New York side, especially with Kolek, Bridges, and Towns, to me, really jump out.
I wish Randall was cheaper on DK. I like the FanDuel price at 7.8. That's a pretty good price for Randall on FanDuel. On DK, 8.4. He's got to put up at least he can put up 50, but he kind of sort of has to at that price. If you're playing on FanDuel, I do like Randall a good bit over there. And you focused on Cat. I like Cat as well. Going to have at least one. Well, if I'm going to play Kolek in every single lineup, I'm going to have at least one player on New York in every lineup, and possibly 2 with, you mentioned Bridges or Kolek. Diawara, we're giving him 21 minutes. We saw him start the other day. Similar situation. But also, was Mitch Rob playing in that game? I'm trying to remember if Mitch Rob was in that game. I think he was sitting out. Clarkson's also kind of an interesting flyer, too. He's a guy that can be like the 6th man coming off the bench as kind of a microwave type player. Okay. There are 3 more games to go. Let's give the people the 5th clue for Television Tuesday. We're down to clue number 5. In the Discord channel, tell me what TV show I'm talking about. Panther, dinosaur, crawl, cucumber, and clue number 5, Chop, is Lebowski. Lebowski is clue number 5. All right. Again, 3 games to go. We have a rematch of the Cup game, a game that's going to happen in a couple days with the Thunder taking on the Spurs on Christmas. 233.5. That is the total. OKC in the back half of a back-to-back and traveling. We still have Wiggins is questionable. The bad Jalen Williams is still out, but off the injury report is Chet Holmgren. Off the injury report is Isaiah Hartenstein. So, you're not firing off Brandon Carlson or Kenrich Williams. Also, Caruso. So they're back. All the guys that were out yesterday, most of them are playing tonight. AJ Mitchell, though, did suffer a concussion. So he, at least concussion protocol, he's not available. Spurs, Wemby is officially questionable tonight. with a left calf. I assume he plays, but I don't know. And if he plays, you can't play him anyway because he's not playing enough minutes and the price is not adjusted. So I don't know how to play anybody on the Spurs. Also, they're playing against the best defensive team ever. Well, whatever. In this generation, however you want to phrase it. Thunder, Spurs, what do you got?
As far as if there was no narratives around this game, I wouldn't be particularly interested in it. But there are some narratives. And I wouldn't doubt if Wembanyama sat out tonight and got ready for Christmas. It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't know what's going to happen. But there is a narrative, Dean. There is a narrative here. And I do want to kind of attack it. If I had 150 lineups, and that's the OKC, a guy like SGA or Jalen Williams, but probably SGA, just crushing the Spurs team tonight with everything they can possibly do. Like, there was a lot of trash talking from the Spurs after they won that last game in the Cup. They went public with it. A lot of smack talking smack, man. So I wouldn't doubt it if Oklahoma City is really fired up for this one and delivers a really, really solid performance. So I do like those big pieces on Oklahoma City. For the Spurs, yeah, Wemby's a little bit too high priced for his role. Castle's fine. Fox is fine. They're both priced $7,700, $7,800. That's a lot of money on this slate. So, and Vassell doesn't really get, move the needle for me, man, enough. So Spurs, I'm not really interested in. Oklahoma City, those stars, I say pick one and hope you get it right. I think, especially SJ, when they were talking about him being a foul baiter and like all that stuff, I think he might deliver a really strong performance tonight.
Yeah, I can see OKC taking this game pretty serious as well. Again, they're going to play each other again on Christmas, but I do agree they want to return the favor. And SGA just like never gets played because he misses the fourth quarter like half the games because they smash too hard in the first three. But certainly he should be in the pool. And the Spurs, nobody is projected for more than 1% right now, assuming Wemby stays and plays and comes off the bench. It's hard to play anybody else considering the salaries. The salaries need to adjust. Until they adjust, they are unplayable. Shout out to Stacy's Breed in the live stream chat, taking down today's television Tuesday and 5 clues, a week free of RG Premium coming your way. All right, Chop, let's just do it. Let's just tell the people how we got there as far as television Tuesday. The first clue is it's a fun clue. It's not very helpful because you have to do some funky math. The first clue is Panther. Chop, you know the Florida Panthers, right? 2-time defending champions, hockey, right? I know you're not a big hockey fan, but you may know when the Panthers win, what do the fans do when the Panthers win? They do something.
Throw a mouse on the ice?
Not a mouse, but close.
Octopus?
No, that's Detroit.
Okay,
The mouse and the octopus are not close.
A mouse. They throw something.
What's a comp to a mouse?
A rat?
Yes.
They throw.
They're not real. They're like plastic. They throw plastic. They throw rats.
The octopuses are real.
I think, the octopus are real. I don't know how you sneak an octopus in. There's a massive octopus. Do they still do that in Detroit? Is that still a thing? I'm not sure. But they used to do that a lot back in the day. And if you're sitting next to somebody with an octopus, I would feel like you smell it. I'm not sure. I've never done that before. But so Panther was the first clue. And yes, the Panther fans throw rats on the ice. Clue number 2 is dinosaur. TJ gave me this clue. Apparently, one of the characters had a toy dinosaur that he was fond of that I was not aware of. I've never seen the show officially. Clue number 3 is crawl. There's a lot of people, babies, toddlers, if you will, that crawl on this show. Clue number 4 is cucumber. What is a cucumber? It's a pickle. And one of the main characters, many of the characters have the last name Pickles. And 5, Lebowski. What's like the best line from the Big Lebowski? There's a lot of good lines from Big Lebowski, Chopper. What's the first one you can think of in the top of your head?
Well, I've never seen the Big Lebowski, but there's Jesus coming for you.
That's Jesus, like that. But come on, Chop. We don't have time to get into it, but you got to see the Big Lebowski. That rug really times the room together. That's the whole purpose of the movie. The guy just wants his rug replaced. Lebowski. So yeah, we're talking about Rugrats.
Oh my God. That's the show today. That's the TV Tuesday is Rugrats.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, no, nothing, Dean. I thought we were grown-ups here.
It doesn't have to be an adult show. And a lot of people in the chat probably watched this when they were kids, I would imagine. I'm sorry, I'll make it something that's, we're watching right now. It's going to be Pluribus, the next Television Tuesday. Okay, 2 more games to go. It is the Jazz.
You liking Pluribus, or is it a little too slow for you?
Oh, I'm in. I'm not caught up though, so no spoilers. But
I'm not caught up. No spoilers, guys, please.
Grizzlies, Jazz, 242.5 is the total. Utah is a 4-point dog here at home. They let Lauri Markkanen play basketball yesterday, which means he's not allowed to play basketball tonight. He is out due to, I imagine they put injury management. Let's see. Yeah. Well, they gave him a groin, but come on. It's injury management. As far as Memphis, Coward is questionable. Ja is still out. Contra is still out. Pippen, Williams, they're all still out. Zach Edey is going to be gone for a while. We did see Jock Landale start yesterday. Wasn't something y'all don't want to keep an eye on that. One of the best projected plays on the slate, the absence of Lauri Markkanen, is Kyle Filipowski. Filipowski projects really, really well. And also Keontae George, not as a close to a big spend, right? He's priced up there, but he's been thriving. Good matchup. Probably wouldn't hurt that Markkanen's out as well. How do we feel about the Grizz and the Jazz?
Lots of pieces in this game that are very interesting. For the Utah side, Keontae George, Kyle Filipowski, and Isaiah Collier all certainly in play in this thing with these injuries. So, yeah, Taylor Hendricks, sure, 3,300. There's better salary savers out there, but, you never know. He has potential. I'm interested in the Cam Spencer piece again. He's 63, so the price is up there compared to what it was a couple weeks ago, but he keeps on delivering really good performances for fantasy, and this is a supreme matchup tonight against Utah. So I think Cam Spencer is the one guy for Utah I'm really into, but not as much the other guys. But, between Cam Spencer and then running it back with George, Filipowski, or Collier or something along those lines, I think this is a really good game in general.
Yeah, Utah plays at the 4th fastest pace, and if the Wizards did not exist, they have the worst defensive rating in basketball, the 2nd worst offensive team overall. So, yeah, do like the Memphis pieces individually. I guess the prices are a little bit wonky. If Landale starts, he's pretty interesting. Spencer's been pretty good. Coward, got to keep an eye on that. Tricky part, it's 2 hours into the slate, but and also the last game of the slate, 9 o'clock, has a dual-pronged hammer. We'll talk about the second game here momentarily. Hendricks is an interesting cheapie. We currently have him. Well, let's see. Is he similar to Edwards? Where's Edwards coming in? Who do you prefer amongst those two? It sounds like you prefer Hendricks.
What's the choices?
Edwards versus Hendricks.
Which Edwards?
For Philadelphia, Justin.
Oh, hell no, man. Man, no Justin Edwards. I would prefer Taylor Hendricks, but I don't think I need either one of them, to be honest with you.
Trying to see. We're having him come off the bench, but we're also giving 32 minutes. So interesting. So 30 minutes to McCain, 32 for Edwards, and we're currently projecting, and we'll get that Philadelphia lineup in about 15 minutes, theoretically, with crunch time. But we have one more game to go before crunch time jumps in here. It is the Lakers and the Suns. 226.5 total. Lakers are 4-point dogs here. Kind of a little bit surprising. I think it's a little bit surprising. I wasn't expecting him to be back, but he is back. Who is he? We're talking about Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves with that calf is good to go tonight. He's officially available. Rui Hachimura is out. Luka Doncic also out with his leg. Phoenix, no Grayson Allen. Jordan Goodwin is available with his jaw. He will be wearing a mask, according to the injury reports, and Jalen Green is out. Lake Show, Suns, what do you got?
Well, the Austin Reeves is I'm not playing Austin Reeves tonight. I just find it interesting that he was out for like 2 weeks, and he comes back and he gets a $500 price increase on DraftKings.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I'm not playing that. I'm not going to play that. But LeBron James, certainly. I'm going to play or I'm going to have interest in. At 95 without Luka, I think LeBron is in play here. Phoenix is not particularly, nothing imposing about them either. DeAndre Ayton, revenge game. Sure, why not? Fire it up, man. So between James and Ayton, I think that's not a bad combination for LA. For Phoenix against LA, that's a really bad defensive team. Devin Booker could be perfectly fine. Colin Gillespie could be fine. Dylan Brooks delivers some big performances every once in a while. Even though I don't, whatever, man. Good for him. Hope he found a home in Phoenix. Good for him. But so I mean, just based on the way the Lakers play and how good they are offensively, but how bad they are defensively, it could certainly be a shootout kind of a game here, if it goes that route. So LeBron, Ayton, I think are good. Booker, Brooks, and Gillespie are good too on that other side.
Should mention LeBron, much better play on FanDuel, $500 cheaper over there. He's 9.5 on DK playable, 10% ownership currently, 35% ownership on FanDuel because he's 9K over there. You're getting a pretty significant discount for LeBron. Nobody else double digits in this game on FanDuel.
Yeah. What's LeBron's upside though? Like what's his upside?
There's no Luka. I know he's old, but yeah.
I mean, what is he going to top out at?
Triple double,
55 DK points. That's the problem. Is that's his upside, maybe 55 or so. I mean, $9,700 Jalen Johnson does 55 by the third quarter. That's the problem with LeBron. That's the only problem I see.
We did see the other night he was the oldest person ever to drop 40. He surpassed Dirk, right? He has like 9 of the first 10 as far as like the 40 points or more. Dirk had a performance when he was older, but now he's the top guy there.
I mean, I give him credit. He's old, man, and he's still doing it. That's good for him, man. But I just don't know. Like he's just so closely priced to Jalen Johnson, and I don't know how to click that button. But that's how you win GPPs. You click really uncomfortable buttons. So props to the people who do it.
Yeah, and if like LeBron James is an uncomfortable button without Luka, like you're playing the ownership game there, right? And Jalen Johnson almost definitely is going to outscore him, but it doesn't mean it's like for sure. Weird things happen all the time. I did fire up the the court IQ stuff, taking Luka off the court. LeBron 1.54 DK points per minute this season in 135 minutes, a 5.2% boost in usage. Austin Reeves was like an 8% boost in usage, a 1.52. Fantasy points per minute. Now, part of that, I think, was LeBron also out, right? Remember, Reeves was doing his thing without both those guys, but both of them over 1.5 fantasy points per minute without Luka on the court this season, which I think is of note, if nothing else. Chop, we're at that time, crunch time, knocking on the door. Who is breaking the slate? Who are you feeling in the plums?
I got several guys on this big slate, Dean. Should I keep an ownership cap on it? Should I keep an ownership?
Do it? You can give me 2 separate plums. There's 2 plums. You can give me a.
I'll give you 2 plums then, because one of them's a little bit too much ownership. I don't want to say it. He's probably 25+% tonight, but it's Cam Spencer. Just keeps on just dropping big game after big. I love the matchup for Cam Spencer, so I'll say Cam Spencer number 1. But the other guy, a little bit less ownership, I think even more upside, and he's even cheaper. That's your boy, Khalil Ware. Khalil Ware, man, 5,900 against Toronto. If he extrapolate those minutes a little bit and what he can do per minute, he can dominate this team tonight.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. Don't mind Sandra on the other side of that game, but yeah, I do love Khalil. May or may not. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. Good chance he ends up in my main DK lineup, but we teased it. Let's do it. It's crunch time. We have Kirkwood, Kirkdiese, as well as TJ Zwarych, one of the greatest DFS players in all of Saskatchewan, Canada, and chief meteorologist, the best meteorologist in the business. It is Kevin Roth. Crunch time right now. What's up, Roth? How are things?
Good, man. Life is good.
Kirkwood, I was tipped off earlier in the show. You won a bunch of American dollars. Was it last week in football? Shout out to you.
I did all right. I had a nice lineup. I actually gave the whole lineup out on our show. I just made one different change we did as a show, and I shipped $10K, just a little bit.
You held back the best player, is what you did.
Who was the best player?
I don't know.
Whichever one.
I mean, I had Olave, so
yeah,
that was the key. He was less owned over on FanDuel because of the narrative where he's just he's a PPR guy. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah, Chuck.
I mean, it was the craziest sweat that game, like that end of the Detroit game. If Amon-Ra does anything, I fall, and so I was sweating that like crazy. And I thought he definitely had the touchdown, the Amon-Ra, and then they called the offensive, or they called something, and then that final play with Goff was just insanity. And then I had to wait there for 5 minutes. I've never seen anything like it. I had no idea what was going on, but yeah, just fun.
Kirk, I turned that game off when Amon-Ra had the touchdown because I thought it was over. I didn't see the penalty. Yeah. So I turned it off.
Yeah, it was like 30-second delay of the penalty. It was like,
yeah,
I was bitching to Lauren.
And then I missed that awesome like pitch back, almost touchdown callback. Like I missed the coolest play that has almost ever happened, and I was pretty upset about that.
If you watch, the ref swerved the crowd because the ref goes, "It was a touchdown." Like,
yeah, it was like they gave the slow roll.
Yeah,
the slow roll.
He rickrolled the crowd.
Yeah, I loved it. Love to see it.
My God. Yeah, it was. I mean, don't even say touchdown. Because, yeah, but however.
I mean, it was the nuts when you're sitting there. I'm like 0.1 ahead of like, and I had to sit there for like 5 minutes, and I would drop down to like $2,000 instead of 10 or whatever. You know, it was like, yeah. Anyway,
I would have moved up. I had Amon-Ra and Goff in like all my main lineups. So you won some of my money, is what I'm saying, because they took away that penalty. I was robbed. All right, myself and Chop, we appreciate you watching that first portion. Hit that like button, do subscribe, do turn on notifications. You got Roth, you have TJ, you have Kirkwood on fire. Kirkdiese, 40 minutes, big boy slates. It is all yours, Kevin.
Good stuff. As always, welcome to it. Ladies and gents, you know the drill. It's crunch time. It's two of the sharpest minds in the industry. We got Kirkdiese, the aforementioned. We got TJ Zwarych in the house. TJ with the technicolored hoodie. What's up, man? How are you?
Not much, just keeping warm. You know, it's a little chilly outside, and I went out to take out the garbage, and I got a little snow on my socks. And so when that happens, you got to put on the slippers, gotta throw on the sweater, make sure you really warm the body up. And so yeah, doing well. Life's good. A little tired with the combo of sports and family over the holiday season, but it's all good stuff. It's all fun stuff.
Okay, I've never had the snow sock dilemma here in Houston, but I will take your word for that. Hey, big media news as well, because tonight, you said, is the season finale of Pluribus. Is that right?
Yeah, it comes out in like 2.5 hours.
That's exciting.
They bumped it up early so they wouldn't have to compete with the holidays and Stranger Things and things like that.
Okay, yeah, because it was usually Thursday nights, I think, that it would drop. Yeah. So that makes sense. I'm excited to see that. I'm 1 episode behind, so hopefully last episode was good. Hopefully it's a good finale. We shall see.
Last episode's a banger.
Okay. Very, very excited for that. And we got Kirkdiese. We already said our hellos. Kirk, hello. How are you? Everything good?
Good. I watched that show too. And I am feeling better. I hope my voice is not so bad this time for you, Roth. But
it is. Last time was nails on the chalkboard. And mostly just because I felt bad for you, not for my ears. I felt bad for you, but I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Let's talk about the slate. How are you feeling about that? It's a huge, is it 11 games on DK?
Yeah, I'm feeling it's 11 on both, which is actually nice that they finally both got on the same page for this one and stopped it at the 9 o'clock games. I'm feeling a little stressed about this. It's just news. You feel like more news is going to break that you weren't even expecting when it's a slate this big and it's before the holidays here. So you got to be on your toes tonight to play, but it's a big slate. We got a lot of good plays. We got value all over the place. We got some really good studs. So yeah.
Okay, very good. I just got some news. Embiid is in. I don't know if we were planning on that or what, but let's dive into it. TJ, I'm going to let you start. You can either choose to give me an overall breakdown, what we need to know, where the best matchup is, or you can dive right into the content side of things with DraftKings point guard.
I will give a little quick brief overview. We are still waiting on a little bit of news. Darius Garland is going to warm up with the intent to play, but still listed as questionable. We have TJ Washington and I believe there's one other player for some Dallas news we're waiting on. Cedric Coward, Jordan Poole, a couple smaller things, but nothing overly important. but we can kind of dive right into things from a DraftKings point guard perspective because we got a lot to cover. We got a lot of games. We got a lot of news that could potentially pop up over the next little bit. DraftKings point guard. I'm playing cash and 150 lineups in tournaments today, and I hit the lock button on one player, and that's Tyler Kolek. He is $3,800 on DraftKings. He's probably going to play 38 minutes. We just saw him get a bunch of run last game or a couple games ago, and he was absolutely lights out. We did just get for Dallas both Max Christie and Klay Thompson ruled out. That just came in right now. And Dwight Powell ruled out as well. So, still waiting on PJ Washington and Brandon Williams. I believe we had all of those players already listed as outs in our projections. So nothing new there. We're still just waiting on PJ Washington and Brandon Williams, who we still have in for our projections. Outside of Tyler Kolek, that's the lock button play. You play him in cash, but I think you also want to play Keontae George in cash. I'm getting to him as one of my highest owned plays. Not a lock button play, but I have him in about 40% of my lineups. Going to be a little bit overweight. And then after that, it's pretty spread out. A couple value guys I'll take a shot on. Mike Conley's in the starting lineup, only $3,300. I didn't think I'd play Mike Conley in the year 2025, but he's $3,300 and projected to start. Okay. And so you really don't have to do much of that price tag. Isaiah Collier for Utah, I don't mind. And then I'm just 5 to 10% each taking a shot on some guys who have huge ceilings, but just I don't like as much as Kolek and George. And that is Giddey, Maxey, SGA, Kevin Porter Jr., Jamal Murray. All incredible plays who could break the slate, just not guys who I like as much as Kolek or George.
Okay, very good. Kirk, your thoughts, point guard on DK, please.
All right. So I agree. Kohler is he's a ball handler. They need complete handling. They don't have anyone really else. He's going to be out on the floor for a bunch of minutes, like TJ said. So, and he's 3,800, and he came into his own this last week. He's looked awesome. He can score. He can distribute. So, yeah, good play. I actually love Keontae George with everybody out in and there's a lot of with Lauren Marketing out mainly, but they also don't have Nurkic. So this is just a really good. I always say, like, people don't ever want to play him enough, and he has a higher ceiling than people realize. I think people are starting to come around, and he's certainly priced up, but I think he's still in a good spot. Tyrese Maxey is in play too. Now that there's been a lot of people out for Philly, if Brooklyn can keep this game close, we know what we're getting with Maxey is you get that massive minutes ceiling. And he's just awesome. So, like him, Devin Booker, I like a lot tonight. Kevin Porter, I like Giddey. There's it's an 11-game slate. There's so many freaking good plays. So, I guess I'll stop there.
Okay. Well, let's stop there and go on to shooting guard. Kirk, what are you playing there?
Okay. So, Cam Spencer is shooting guard eligible. Like Chop was saying it too on the show before, the dude's just been balling nonstop. And if you look at you just game log watch, it's just real pretty and for the price. So you gotta like that. Like I said, I like Devin Booker too as well tonight. Kobe White is in this Chicago Atlanta game which just played. He only got 31 points, fantasy points, which isn't so great, but there's a lot of meat on the bone there in this matchup. Basically, the Bulls, like everyone, it was distributed amongst the entire team, but it's usually not like that. So Kobe could certainly go off, especially with Trae Young playing. If they match him on guard, he could absolutely cook them. And this game should go at a blistering pace with that defense. So love that. I like Anthony Edwards tonight against the Knicks. I like that game in general. Because I like Cat on the other side, a little Cat revenge without Jalen Brunson. And mainly, we'll have to see if they play Mitch Rob. If they don't start Mitch Rob, I like Cat more because he rebounds more. But that's really not the point in this game because Gobert is probably going to get a lot of those boards, but Cat can cook in the mid-range and from out in the perimeter with the three against Gobert. We always talk about this, Roth. There's some people who, the bangers down low don't do good against Gobert. The guys who've got like that offensive skill set, they cook against Gobert. So I like that a lot. I like Josh Hart. There's a lot of people out in the Knicks, triple-double potential tonight, I would say. And then TJ's boy, Brandon Ingram, I think is in a decent little spot here.
Okay. TJ, a lot of good plays here as well. What do you got?
Yeah, much more open position than the point guard spot, but Cam Spencer definitely the top option. I'm going to be probably like close to double to the field on him. I have him in about 40% of my lineups. Outside of him, I like the idea of spending up. Donovan Mitchell, Austin Reeves, going to be my two favorite guys to play tonight. Austin Reeves, I believe it's his first game back, but it's no Luka. We know he's going to jack up a ton of shots. And then Donovan Mitchell, already in a great spot, gets even better if Darius Garland happens to not play or be limited at all. Don't mind Jared McCain as a cheapie. I don't mind the Atlanta guys. Like, you can punt with Kennard, you can punt with Krejci, you can just play Nickeil Alexander-Walker in the mid-tier. Kind of the same with those Miami guys, like the 3 Atlanta guys, the 2 Miami guys, and then there is another when we get over to small forward. Who's the third one I'm missing? Maybe I X'd them out. But anyways, it was Mitchell I was thinking. Anyways, sorry, thinking out loud. Powell and Jaime Jaquez, I probably would just pick one to play. I wouldn't want to play both together. And then that's kind of how I feel about those Atlanta guys as well, with like Reese Shea when we get to the next position, Krejci, Alexander Walker, Kennard, probably just limiting it to those guys on their own. Don't mind a Con Knipple. And one guy I think to keep an eye on for just like some late swap things, he's been absolutely dreadful lately. It's been forever since he's had a good game. But Brandon Williams is listed as questionable for Dallas later tonight. Mm-hmm. And if he doesn't play, I think that would make Ryan Nembhard playable. Yeah. But D'Angelo Russell's only 3,300 as well. And so if D'Angelo Russell happens to get 20 plus minutes at 3,300, that could be a really strong value play.
Yeah, that's a good note. Did get some news here that Jordan Poole is out. Does that make you think of anyone else that's popping now that you feel like you need to get in your lineups?
Good riddance.
Sure, there's that. That's the immediate thought, yes.
Nobody that I feel like I need to get in my lineup. Maybe it just gives a little bit more usage for Murphy, for Jeremiah Fears. Jose Alvarado might pick up a couple more minutes, but he never usually plays a ton anyways, so I don't think it really matters. Okay. Jeremiah Fears and Alvarado will probably project a little better.
I think Fears is probably the significantly better.
Yeah. And then I did get a question from Lippy here. Ethan Thompson, who backup, I think he's like a two-way player, G League and NBA. Can we play this guy?
I don't know why you would.
Okay. That's an easy enough answer. All right.
I mean, sure. Like I guess if I'm saying, hey, play D'Angelo Russell if you're trying to get crazy sneaky at a cheap price tag, like that's another one of those guys, but not somebody I'd be going out of my way to target.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to small forward, TJ.
Small forward position. A lot of guys have shooting guard and small forward eligibility, but this is like literally just a wide open position. I think the guy that most people are going to be rolling to today is Justin Edwards, just because it's a weak position and he's super cheap. Going to be like 30% owned. People go into a lot of Taylor Hendricks as well. I'm pretty much just thinking like I'm going to play Edwards in cash, and then I'm kind of thinking anybody else for tournaments, because both of those guys I just really don't feel like have very high ceilings. Taylor Hendricks, Justin Edwards, you're kind of hoping they get you 20 to 25 points, which at their price tags is great, but I just feel like they're not going to put up a score that you really need in tournaments today. Guys that I'm getting to as pivots off of them, Ace Bailey is going to be my highest owned small forward today. Edwards is actually 2, but it's at 11%. So like not the 30% like it's projecting. Edwards is second with 11%. Risa Shea, Vic Krejci, Sadiq Bey, Peyton Watson, Mikal Bridges. Like this is a spot where I'm literally just playing 10% of 10 different guys, because there's really not a standout here. Worth noting, Derek Ringering in chat just posted the starting lineup for Philadelphia. We were expecting Justin Edwards to start. It is not Justin Edwards. It is Jabari Walker stepping into the starting lineup for them today. And so
you mentioned Justin Edwards was a higher owned player. Are you now lower on him? You weren't particularly high to begin with in tournaments.
Yeah, I am going to stay low on him in tournaments, and I might get him out of my cash game now too. I just kind of want to see how projections update, but I kind of assume I'll probably just go with Jabari Walker. But Walker, I thought he was a better point per minute producer, but we kind of have him just like really low.
Okay. Kirk, your thoughts on this news here?
I still like Justin Edwards. He's 3,100. Maybe PP falls out of favor now. They're still missing a bunch of guys. He's going to have a locked in role, and he's going to score a lot more than Ethan Thomas, to answer Lippy's question. I'll tell you that. So now my favorite play happens to be this. He probably shouldn't be my favorite play, but I want somebody against Washington, right? Washington stinks, 30th defensive rating, 6th in pace, give up tons of 3-point shots, also give up tons of steals, also give up tons in the paint. I want Brandon Miller. Give me the guy on Charlotte who's 13 games in and still has over 30% usage, just below LaMelo. This dude is a bucket. So I love Brandon Miller tonight. So that's like, and I don't like this position much in general. So like that's like my flag plant play, Brandon Miller.
Okay. Anyone else you want to know?
Other than that, you can do like Jaime Jaquez, and he could be better if he ends up closing. It'd probably be between him and Kalal Ware who closes. But he's good. Norman Powell, I kind of like. And if I wanted to get cute, I wouldn't mind playing a little Ricochet for Atlanta, but it's really, to me personally, I don't want to get cute, which is why I'm playing Brandon Miller. But also Mikal Bridges is going to see a ton of minutes. OG Anunoby's out. Might be used more on the defensive end, might affect his offensive game, but it may not. He's good. So I think there's just 6,800. I think he's a fine play.
For those wondering, we did just get the projection update with the Philadelphia starting lineup, and Edwards still slightly projecting better than Jabari Walker, even though he's not starting. Edwards, 27 minutes, 18.8 fantasy points, dropped from 31 minutes to 22 fantasy points. Jabari Walker up 5 minutes from 21 to 26, and he is now very viable, but maybe as like your tournament pivot, because Edwards actually still is the one who projects a little bit better.
Okay, let's go to power forward, Kirk.
All right. Power forward, Jalen Johnson. The dude is just ridiculous. And that's another game log if you want to show it. He's even with Trey here, he's a potential triple-double candidate. It's against Chicago. He just literally played 36 minutes, had 64 fantasy points against them. He does everything. So I love him. I also, like I said at the beginning of the show, I love Karl Anthony Towns in this spot without Brunson against hopefully Gobert. I would ding him a tiny bit if Mitch Rob ends up starting, but really I like him anyway. Other than that, I think you could play some Bobby Portis, and I think you could play some Scotty Barnes. I think Kyle Filipowski is one of the better value plays in the slate at 6K with Markkanen and Nurk out. He's going to play the center. Matchup with Memphis is pretty good. So like that. And Julius Randle, I don't mind either. Again, on the other side of that game. I probably would take Randle over Anthony Edwards tonight, believe it or not, in this matchup.
Okay. TJ, your thoughts of power forward?
Hold on, just switching over to the tab here. Jalen Johnson's a guy that I'm getting to an absolute ton tonight, as of the field, but I'll be about even. I don't mind Filipowski at all. I think he's a great cash game play, but I'm looking to get underweight for tournaments. I just don't really like that he's going to be 30-40% owned for large field stuff. So I'm going to be going underweight there. And same with Taylor Hendricks. Jalen Johnson's kind of that one chalky guy up top that I'm going to be playing a lot of. I like Mamu for the Raptors, Sandro Mamukelashvili. Anthony Davis, I think, is a really strong tournament play with a bunch of guys out for Dallas, and he's just been absolutely crushing recently. Santi Aldama and Kirkie's guy, Jaren Jackson Jr. I'm getting to
He's
a little
back.
bit.
He's back.
He's back.
I don't know if Roth knows that or not.
And I'm happy I waited for him to be, is what I will say. But I think you can get there to him tonight. And then Karl Anthony Towns, another guy I really like for tournaments.
Okay, we get to go to center. TJ, what are we doing there?
Musa Diabate is the chalk that we're going to get here at center, and I think this is a definite cash game play and no problem getting to him in tournaments as well. Going to have about 40-50%, be close to even to the field. Ryan Kalkbrenner is out, so that's why we're getting this Diabate chalk. I think from a cash perspective, I want to play both Khalil Ware and Diabate. Khalil Ware is absolutely not a must. Diabate is in the cash scenario, but I think I'm probably going to be getting to both of them. Like them both a lot. Nothing wrong with a little Nikola Vucevic. He's old, but damn, is he ever cheap. That is a real cheap price tag on Nikola Vucevic. I can't remember the last time we saw him at 6'3". So no problem with him whatsoever. Don't mind Onyeka Okongwu. And I forgot to mention Bobby Portis at power forward, but I don't mind him either.
Okay. Kirk, your thoughts there at center?
Yeah, I love Diabate. I tagged him last night. He was, I think I was the only one who tagged him. He was awesome. And now he comes back and he's starting tonight. And they just don't have any bigs. And this is Washington, right? Like, and the guy can do a lot on the defensive end, a lot too. So I'm looking for a big game there. I love Cat, as I said. Obviously, the Joker is always in play. I just, you know what? I'm going to make a call tonight. I'm going to say Anthony Davis is going to the locker room tonight. It's just a back-to-back against Joker is just not really where I want to play him. So
are you trolling me from last night when that was my call last night and then he dominated, or no?
No, I didn't even. Unfortunately, I couldn't watch last night, Roth.
Yeah,
so
that was my hot take. Was I'm not going to play AD because in a revenge game he's going to try too hard and he's going to end up in the locker room, and then he just absolutely.
I had him tagged yesterday as one of my favorite plays.
Good job.
Yesterday,
you were
but today.
Now
I'm saying he's got an easy out against Joker, right? Like,
yeah, all right.
If he wants to save some face, he's just gonna go to the locker room, and you're gonna see that little gif of the shovels on the fantasy lab thing. Whatever.
Did you get a question? You mentioned Ware, right? I'm sorry, TJ. Obviously, yeah.
Embiid too at 8K with all these people out. Like, it's getting to the point now where that's pretty cheap. Even though the minutes aren't where we would like them to be, but I think he could pay off that. Another guy too is Vooch, has been playing a little bit better as of late. 6,300. There's just some guys can put up 50 burgers at 6,300. I'm not saying he's going to, but he's certainly capable of doing that.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Very good. I want to kick it to FanDuel, but before that, how about some free stuff? Isn't that what everybody wants in life, especially around Christmas? Get you something special for the holidays with PickLabs. It's the newest feature, lets you scan the best player prop and pick 'em bets in seconds. Everything's broken down for you: edges, win rates, value. It's a clean board showing which plays actually stand out across sportsbook sites. I'm talking Underdog and Prize Picks. I really want to start getting in on this action because I'm in Texas, where standard sports betting is not legal. And if you see something you like, PickLabs builds the slip and sends it straight to the book of your choice. It's right there in the app. Right now, you can try PickLabs completely free on RotoGrinders through December 28th. That means you still have 5 days left of this free trial. I assure you, it will not be free for much longer. So take advantage of it while we've got it. Try it. Just try it one time. And I've already actually seen a lot of positive feedback just from yesterday's free trials. And I think if you give it a go, you will likely enjoy it as well. Let's go to FanDuel, starting at point. Kirk, what are we doing?
Tyler Kolek again. When he was playing well, he had 43 fantasy points against the Pacers when he arrived, playing himself as arriving in 26 minutes. I've got him for 34 to 35 minutes tonight, and he's 4,100. So like him, Cam Spencer love a lot too. From there, Jamal Murray looks pretty good. Devin Booker looks solid, although you can play him at shooting guard. Jordan Clarkson. I guess the Minnesota D takes a little bit of a hit without McDaniels. I just wish they would give him more minutes, and that's what we don't know we'll get. But I think at his salary, he could certainly pay it off. We've all seen when Jordan Clarkson gets cooking, gets more minutes, then he'll blow through 4K. So I definitely think he's worth playing. I love Keontae George. I love Tyrese Maxey. And yeah, that's about it for my love.
Okay, TJ, your thoughts at point.
Yeah, of the two really cheap guys, Jared McCain and Tyler Kolek, you're definitely playing them both in cash. But if I'm picking one in tournaments, I definitely prefer Kolek over McCain. I think they're both great plays. I just think Kolek has a little bit higher of ceiling. They haven't been willing to let McCain run for a ton of minutes yet. And so even though he is in the starting lineup, I do worry about that just a little bit. And so still a great play, wonderful cash game play, would err on the side of Kolek in large field tournaments tonight. Still really like Cam Spencer. Keontae George is probably my favorite spend up of the group. But after that main crew of guys, you take out Isaiah Collier because he is not as cheap on FanDuel as he is on DraftKings. It's just the same. Mix in a little bit of Donovan Mitchell, some Josh Giddey, some Tyrese Maxey, some Jamal Murray, some Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But it's McCain, Kolek, Spencer, George as my main priorities. Keelan Alexander-Walker is great, but I just don't want to play him for that type of ownership.
Okay, J3 says, why does TJ never talk about the Wizards? Also earlier in the show, he says, why does Kirkwood never talk about the Wizards? Is there Wizards
not a single player?
Wonder where he's from.
Yeah.
Wonder where he's from.
There's not a single Wizard that should be in your pool tonight.
Yeah, well, there you have it.
You could play Sar. I would
could play Sar, hoping he gets that minutes bump for sure.
Yeah.
TJ shooting guard.
Shooting guard spot, a lot of the same names that we already talked about. You can play Jared McCain here on FanDuel at only 4K. Alexander Walker again. I like Spencer a lot better than Alexander Walker. If picking one, that enhances even more if Cedric Coward is out. I also really like Ace Bailey. This is probably one of those spots, though, that we talk about all the time. If somebody has small forward eligibility, play him there instead of shooting guard because the guard positions are just much stronger on FanDuel today. Really like Austin Reeves, but that's one of those same things. Instead of point guard, shooting guard on FanDuel, he's shooting guard, small forward, and I would rather play him at the small forward spots. Those are going to be my main targets. You can try some of the cheap punts like a guy like Krejci, something like that, but I just realized we are talking about shooting guard. My bad. And then Kirk's guy, Brandon Miller, but I'll let him kind of enhance on that one.
Kirk,
who's also small forward eligible, so probably play him there. But I do love Brandon Miller tonight. I also do love Devin Booker tonight. A lot of the same names. Jamal Murray, Cam Spencer is probably the best play, just from a value standpoint. And then could play some Anthony Edwards for stud. Could play some Mikal Bridges. Get some stocks over on FanDuel. And Keontae George, I like a lot. These are all the same guys. That's it.
Yep. Let's go to small forwards. What do we have over there?
Well, we got Jalen Johnson again. We don't need to say give the spiel, but the dude triple-double threat every time he takes the floor. Just crushed against this matchup and running it back like that.
This is one of the weirdest star emergences I've seen in a while. Like in a 2-year span, Jalen Johnson went from, hey, this guy's pretty good, to, oh, okay, he's a legit, maybe borderline all-star player. So he is one of the best players in all of basketball in literally like a 2.5-year span.
Yeah. Kirk, any other plays there at small forward?
Yeah. Also, what's wild too is that TJ went 2 weeks ago. If you told TJ he would have 100% of Tyler Kolek in his lineups, I wonder what he would say. But anyways, so Scotty Barnes looks pretty solid at 8,800. It's a better matchup against the Heat. They play fast, so that's something that he could excel in. I actually like Brandon Ingram better, probably. But on FanDuel, Ingram, he's 8,100 versus 88, so I think I'd probably go with Barnes on FanDuel just for the defensive stats. But I think Mikal Bridges is in play. Ace Bailey, I like that call that TJ said. Jaime Jaquez, I think Sadiq Bey going to be chalky over here. No, I don't. Maybe he's kind of fallen out of favor. So, I'm all set with that in general anyway, though. Take a little bit of Dylan Brooks tonight if you want. You might get ejected, might play terrible, or he may just be in the zone tonight for, he has this big feud with LeBron. So, Dylan Brooks, 6K, let's go.
Okay, interesting. Small forward, TJ.
LeBron looked like a really good cash game option at 9K. I think that Justin Edwards ownership is probably going to go, still a fine play, but go significantly down now that we don't have him in the starting lineup. Brandon Miller, totally fine. Ace Bailey, I like him a lot. Jalen Johnson as a spend up.
Oh, can I just make a LeBron point?
Please.
We are coming in very hot on LeBron versus the industry. So if we're right, that's going to be huge. So we're going to over project his ownership, and we're going to, because of we have a much higher projection over here than he does. So he's going to come in lower, I think, than what people think. And it is a good spot. So if you trust these RG smash percentage, you trust Noto, who wrote him up, and Noto's the GOAT, then this is edge playing LeBron James tonight.
Okay. If he has a bad game, are you saying that it's all Noto's fault? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, and the RG projections, and you should have used the competition.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just a vessel to just give you food for thought here.
For what I do think he's going to be mega chalk on FanDuel, where he's really cheap.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not even real. Is 9K real cheap for old man LeBron? I guess, but
when Luka's not there, it is.
Yeah, I'm still worried about his ceiling, even without Luka. But I don't.
So the competition has him for one has him for 15% ownership, one has him for 8% ownership. RG,
on FanDuel?
On FanDuel, we have him for 30+% ownership.
Because that's where we are for DraftKings, but I don't really understand why it wouldn't be higher on FanDuel, where he's $500 cheaper.
I didn't make these competitions projections. They just
I'm not saying you're wrong. Lower. I'm saying they are.
Yeah. Okay. We shall see. I believe we are now maybe TJ power forward, or I don't know. I kind of got lost there in the LeBron talk.
Yes, TJ power forward. Filipowski is a great cash game play, 5,700. Again, though, that's another guy that at 50-ish% ownership, I really like the idea of getting underweight or fading that in large field GPPs. Okongwu has power forward eligibility here on FanDuel. I like him a lot. Jalen Johnson, we've talked about. Karl Anthony Towns, I'm a really big fan of today. And then even if Santi Aldama comes off the bench, I still think that's a really strong power forward option on FanDuel.
Okay. Kirk, your thoughts at the 4?
Jalen Johnson. If you're don't have him at small forward, play him at power forward. Karl Anthony Towns again. My kid's flipping out. Flipping out. Filipowski.
Hey.
Kyle Filipowski. I think Scotty Barnes again. Bobby Portis again. Bam could do pretty well in this matchup, but I would probably Claw Ware's priced up over on FanDuel now. Fun is over. 7,100, I think. Probably wouldn't play that tonight at that price. Sorry. Go on to the next.
Sure. I'm going to let TJ just go ahead and jump in and go to center. TJ, what do you got?
Center spot, this is where we got Diabate, nice and cheap. He's going to be projecting for a ton of ownership today, as he should. 4K flat. He is your cash game play in large field tournaments. I like a pivot to Mamu Kelishvili, only $900 more. I think that's a really good tournament pivot in this spot. Outside of that, it's a lot of guys you can play at power forward, and Khalil Ware is one of those guys. I actually do still think he's in play at $7,100 over on FanDuel. Jock Landale at 5K is another good pivot off of the Mamu and Musa Diabate names. Almost just combined the Musa Mamu. Too similar there, but Landale is a good pivot off of both of those guys for a very similar price tag. And then I don't mind the idea of spending up to, the Memphis guys like we talked about, Aldama, Triple J, and Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay, Kirk, your thoughts at center?
Yeah, Triple J is going to cook tonight if he stays out of foul trouble. They don't have Nurkic. They don't have any real rim protection. So he's gonna be he may end up with a few charges and foul trouble, or he's gonna crush. But Diabate is definitely the best play for the value at 4K. Just gonna see 30+ minutes now. He should against Washington. Should have blocks, steals, bunch of peripherals galore. Karl Anthony Towns, I like again. I think I always play Claxton at 0 ownership on FanDuel, so I like that again. They're going to need him out there with Embiid, and so I like him. And then we got to mention little DeAndre Ayton revenge.
Okay, we can mention it. I did see his name in the chat earlier, so other people are mentioning as well. We got some questions coming in the YouTube. And by the way, if you're watching on YouTube and you're trying to remember how much you paid for this incredible content, the answer is nothing. It's free, but your payment is the like. There's a thumbs up there on your screen. And if there's not, you got to hide the chat on the mobile, then hit the thumbs up. We would appreciate it. We want to keep this show free for as long as humanly possible. And it is your likes and your eyeballs that make that happen. So make sure you smash that like button for us. And now, because we just want to give you even more stuff, we're giving you free products, free content, free picks. We also want to answer your questions for free. And that is certainly worthy of a thumbs up. Lippy pointing out he is paying for his internet bill. That's true, but that's not on us. That's on you. Man.
What are the odds that Lippy's actually paying for that bill? Yeah. He's not. He's not
in the public
stealing
library.
He's in an apartment and he's stealing it from somebody from one of his neighbors.
Stole the Wi-Fi. Let's see what we've got. Got some questions coming in the Discord where the cool kids hang out. Oh, new generation. Kirk, this is for you. DKGPP, Triple J as a run back to George or Cat straight up?
I mean, Cat is better play, but man, give me Triple J at low ownership. This matchup, he did have a 60 burger recently, so I don't see why that couldn't happen again. So, yeah. Play.
Okay. TJ, going to you. FanDuel GPP, your favorite low-owned stud. Who's the high-owned stud tonight first?
High-owned studs on FanDuel are LeBron James, potentially not. Nobody really, like Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Johnson-ish, but the chalk is congregated to the cheap plays. The expensive ones are pretty spread out.
Okay, so then who is your favorite stud? I guess we can remove almost low-owned in this equation.
Jalen Johnson or Keontae George.
Okay, very good. TJ Arlo says, DK Cass, it's a 3v3. Ricochet, Maxi Ware, or Hendricks, Keontae, and Towns.
First one.
Okay. Blink 182 in the Discord. He's got the cool moving logo again. Blink, let us know what you accomplished to make that happen. It looks fantastic. Kirk, large field DK tournament, Maxi and Brandon Ingram or Fears and Joker?
Oh, let's go Fears and Joker. But what he's doing is, back in the day, I used to be able to really polish up my MySpace account with code. It was. I don't know if you're probably a little too young for that MySpace. I think.
No, I was around.
Were you on there? You were on there with
MySpace
Tom?
days. Yeah. I may or may not have dropped like rap songs on MySpace.
Nice.
Yeah, I wasn't rapping.
We got Doppler Boy from.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. 15-year-old me was dropping bars on MySpace. Kirk. Large field. Oh, no, hang on. We did that one. Okay, it's a double question from Mark. DK single entry first, Fears or McCain. Second, Bay or Brooks.
Fears Brooks.
Okay. DK Cash, TJ, swinging it back to you. Jabari Walker or Taylor Hendricks.
Walker.
DK GPP, TJ Bailey or Sandro Mamashkamafili.
Mamu.
Okay. DK Cash, TJ Ware or Flip. Little Flip.
Now you're in the zone. We talk about MySpace. Now Roth is throwing up gang signs and rapping over.
The correct answer is Filipowski for Cash. I am doing Ware.
Okay. How many people in the chat got the Lil Flip reference? Maybe 2. I'm going to go with 2. Let's see. Kirk, 9,700 left at the util on DK Cash. LeBron, Mitchell, or somebody else? P.S. Thanks for all your hard work.
Util.
What I'm trying to figure out.
7,900 DK in the util. It's the cash question.
Jalen Johnson.
I'm assuming he's already going to have Jalen Johnson. If not, that's the answer. But I'm assuming he has him because I'm looking at the exact same thing, and I do have Jalen Johnson.
Okay. So then, what are the left? What's your decision point? Which 3?
LeBron, Anthony Davis, Josh Giddey. And I'm cutting out LeBron and narrowing that to Giddey or Davis.
I'd probably go Giddey personally, but
that leaves you quite a bit of money on the table, so you can upgrade somewhere else if you want. But I'm just kind of stuck with like.
I just feel bad about Dallas tonight, but maybe I'm wrong.
I could do Giddey and Filipowski, or I could do Anthony Davis and Ware because I would need to put Ware at the center position.
All right, we got more questions to get to, so let's run through these. We got 2 minutes until lock. Kirk, would you play LeBron and Reeves together?
No. I would.
Just
and I think Reeves is going to be kind of have a limited. I think they're going to limit his minutes a little bit.
Okay. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube who dropped game over on the little flip knowledge. Cam Johnson or McCain, TJ?
McCain.
DK single entry, TJ Flag and Knipple, or Keontae and Ace?
Second one, Keontae and Ace.
Jay Sam says, can you ask the guys what's up with Jared Allen's minutes last night? Is this sticky? Do we know what happened? Did he have...
I think he just played terribly.
Okay.
I mean, he never really plays minutes anymore.
Yeah.
We don't really ever project him for more than 30. He only played 19 in that game. He was in foul trouble, and like Kirk said, he played terrible, but he never really plays a bunch. The last time he played over 30 was October.
Okay.
Bone, 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 bone.
Tell me what you're gonna do.
What are they coming to have?
George says LeBron or Ant FanDuel Cash, Kirkwood.
I'm like anti-LeBron tonight, so give me Ant.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at my lineup that had 9,500. For that cash question to the other guy who had 97 remaining, go Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Johnson are the two guys you want there. My own lineup only had 9,500, so I couldn't play Mitchell, but that's the guy in that situation.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see. A couple more. Do you like the idea of 2 4K plays on FanDuel and large field? Kolick and Clarkson or McCain? TJ, Kolick and Clarkson or McCain?
I wouldn't play Kolick and Clarkson together.
Okay, so maybe a Kolick McCain. Isaac Okoro is a value play, TJ?
No.
I got no chill, says Rip Uncle Charles. And I miss my Uncle Charles. What it do was wrong. What it do was wrong.
Bone and Biggie, it's Bone and Biggie.
Oh, don't get me started on the Bone and Biggie. Jacques or Ace? Come here, baby girl.
It's close.
Probably Jaquez for like raw points. Jaquez point per dollar Ace.
DK GPP, Kirk, Hendricks or Edwards?
Edwards. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get
Kirkdiese,
up.
you want Anthony Davis and our guy Cam Spencer, or Filipowski and Donovan Mitchell for cash?
They're both. That's both good. Both good.
That's the 2v2, right? I think I just have to like cut all my lineups in half because those are both just like such good options.
Yeah.
Well, it is Christmas time. We've brought. You want to say Merry Christmas to the people?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to
Merry
you.
Christmas. Yeah, that was cute. That was a good way to end it. Let's make sure we got everything we need. Jay Sam says, don't forget about our boy Trick Daddy. Man, Trick a lot of kids. We are going to clear on out of here. We have a Christmas party to attend. Obviously, she is outdressing me as always. But for Kirk and for TJ and for our wonderful production crew, always working hard behind the scenes. Guys, we appreciate you. We love you. And we will catch you tomorrow. You have been crunched.